Hey everyone, before we start the show, I wanted to give a quick public service announcement. Kage will be doing a live stream on our YouTube channel at Rollover on Thursday night. So be sure to check it out. He will be taking Artemis up right away and possibly taking her very high. So be sure to check that out at youtube.com/WROL broadcast.
If Kage doesn't reverse 5 Artemis, he isn't a real man. Ясненько.
Welcome to WROL Broadcast. I am Hate Mail. With me today we have Loot.
Hey guys.
Kage. And
Yo.
DoomBawkz.
Hello.
And today we are doing the meta report on Hippolyta. Hippolyta. How do you pronounce her name?
Hippolyta.
Okay, that's what I thought. But I always say Hippolyta for some reason. Anyway, so this is a character that Kage, I'll let you start. Your thoughts on her, because I know you love her.
I always thought this kit had a lot of potential, but I didn't see that they did a lot of changes when they did the rework. But oh boy, was I wrong. They did a lot with her kit. The reset cooldown with her basic, I think, was the key, because now she can do whatever she wants with her kit at any time. So if you need defense, you got it. You need offense, you got it. You need a massive colossus that nukes people, you got it. So there's a lot going on with her kit, and it's so simple to use. People are looking at Cheetah like, oh, meow, but Hippo, I mean, you're being foolish if you're sleeping on that kit. So that's all I gotta say for now. Everyone should gear this character.
She is fantastic, and she's great for raids. So when I think she might be great for raids long term, so she's definitely a really good character. And I haven't even used her a ton. I mean, I've used her a lot in Siege, but outside of Siege, I haven't like experimented on weird teams too much. But every time I use her, I'm so impressed. Loot, what's your thoughts on Hippo before we turn to Doom?
I think she's awesome. I really like her. So for all the people out there that say I never like a tune, I finally did. I like her. I think she's great. I'm going to echo what Kage said. She really does. You want her offensive? No problem. Defensive? No problem. And the cool thing about her defensive move is it's offensive too, because it gives those int ups to all those special damage tunes we have now. So if you need the strength ups, go for it. You need the int ups, go for it. And that big hit hits really hard. So I'm a huge fan. I will say one thing that I'm not happy with, though, which is her leader skill. I think it is one of the most useless, pointless leader skills in the game. Like, are you kidding me? What the heck? So, they need to change that. She could have been, like, perfectly S-tier quality with that skill being a passive maybe and not leader, but it's just my thoughts.
Yeah, I'm not crazy, but honestly I haven't tested her leader much. I know Kage used it a little bit, but Doom, give me your initial opinions.
So, the thing that no one's mentioned yet, this lady's 120 speed now. Like, that's obnoxiously fast. Like, Wonder Girl, the poster child of, oh, this character's busted, is like, what, 118 speed, 117 speed, something in that avenue, 119? I don't know. Anyways, she's garbage now. Who cares? She put her in the trash can. She's done. Hippolyta's on the scene, and she's literally just a better Wonder Girl. And I am not even afraid to put that out there, right? So, like, oh yeah, sure, she could do offense, defense, whatever. You guys are massively underselling how good those things are. Like, she doesn't just do defense. She's Dr. Fate's shield, but objectively better, because you get more intups, fewer buffs, so you have less chance of being whipped, and, you know, it's on a one-turn cooldown, or 0 if you have Donna Troy. Offense, oh yeah, sure, it's a couple strength ups, who cares? No, it's freaking blood in the air with a potentially 0-turn cooldown. And it gives stun immunity. And her assist call, she's the fastest double assist caller in the game, basically, and she has 0 gate on it. Like, every other character is like, oh, well, if they're overhealed, then maybe. Or, oh, well, you kind of need awareness or this and that. No, she's just like, oh, it's my turn? Okay, well, let's go ahead and slap down that double hit. And on top of that, it does separate checks, which is another big thing that people don't realize. So, like, let's say you're attacking a power girl with that assist. If you call Lex Luthor twice, rather than both hits bouncing off of her because she had death immunity, the first hit triggers, the death immunity is removed, and then the second hit triggers going around the death immunity and killing her potentially. And then her leader isn't even bad. That's the other crazy thing, right? Like, it's disappointing, to be sure. It's definitely no Lex Luthor. It's no Hal Jordan. But, I mean, you would be surprised how often it is that she procs her own immunity off of the legendary point. And then also, stamina ups, it's okay, whatever. Strength ups, who cares? But her giving herself damage immunity on top of having all these other good things is crazy. She's not just your all-in-one character. She's literally the better versions of some of the best moves of some decent characters all packed into one character with a move that automatically resets all of her cooldowns. Like, this character is obnoxious. This character is stupid. It's a crazy character. Like, oh my god.
I'm just glad an Amazon is finally a top tier character.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we don't have enough top tier Amazons, let me tell you. But, yeah, no joke. Like, people who are saying, oh yeah, well, she's not as good because her leader's not as good. Her leader is still decent. If you have no one else to slot as a leader, she's really not bad. Extra stamina up's like an extra, 10% health every time you do damage. But the big thing is, people don't realize how often something like, say, I think I was telling Kage before, you never really realize how often WGD's, World's Greatest Detectives leader, procs, even though it's only a 50% thing. And hers is 50%, but when you have it going, it pops it like crazy. Like, you always have damage immunity, or death immunity, I forget which one it is, on this character. Like, it's endless.
If we didn't have so
die.
many just super speed characters, I think she would actually be one of the best leaders, one of the better leaders at least.
Yeah, and I mean, again, 120 speed, like freaking, oh my god, that's such a big change. That's so huge. Like, they fixed the cheetah blood in the air glitch, but you can just still do it if you just have Hippolyta. Like, it's this character. Oh my god. Hallelujah.
So before we get into team comps, let's talk about legendary order, which I think she's kind of an easier one because you really don't need a lot of her legendaries for her to be extremely potent. Obviously, I think we might all agree that her 4 should be first, the call for additional assist. Does anybody disagree on that?
I agree.
I disagree.
What would you take over her 75% chance for additional assist?
I
Probably
mean,
her 1.
yeah, I'd probably say her 1. Or, I mean, if you're specifically using her for something like her 2 or 3, you can get that. But I'd probably go for her 1 burst just because it's so universal.
I don't know. That call assist is just, I mean, it's so strong having that second call assist. But yeah, I went for 1 on what I was thinking. Because those two, I think at L2, she's really, like, that's all you really need to maximize her kit.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately you're going 1-4 or 4-1 no matter what. But
Yeah.
it's, I don't know. I would go for the 1 first personally. That's just...
I mean, 75% is still really strong is the way I look at it on her 1. And then you'll proc it most of the time, even I would most of the time. You have a 25% chance you won't, but having that 4, that call assist, the second call assist almost always happens. But
yeah, but it hurts so much when it doesn't happen, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, 75% is great, but when it doesn't crack off,
Yeah,
hurts.
which happened to me in Siege and made me lose a tune again. I've been losing tunes today and it's upsetting. But anyway, so I think we both agree on that. The next one, the harder one to decide, is the next one, and I think it kind of is dependent on the kit you want. So you can go with either apply stun immunity to all allies, perch 2 B buffs, or go with her leader. I personally think her leader goes last just because I would use it much less than the other ones. But what do you guys think?
I like 2. That's my favorite of the rest. I like the purging of the debuffs.
Yeah, I'm kind of on board with you on that. What about you, Doom?
Yeah, I'd probably say 2 is my personal go-to, but that's only because of the comps I run her in. But I could just as easily have gone 3 first and been perfectly fine with it. Per 5, yeah, you probably want to do that last just because if you run her outside of the leader spot, you're really not losing much.
And how about you, Kage?
Yeah, I really love the 2. I really underestimated how useful the team cleanse is. You actually use it more often than you think. Like, it saves you with like bleeds and everything. Or like, let's say your characters get stunned. Well, she just cleans it right off. You know,
Yeah,
wax on, wax off.
yeah, I've used it. I've used it to remove Doom. I've used it. I use it a lot more. It's funny because her kit, I mean, it looked good. Like, it looked like it had potential. But this is one of those characters that the kit, when you see it on paper, you're like, it could be pretty good. But then when you use her, you're like, wow, this is even better than I thought it could be.
When I saw it on paper, I was disappointed. And I said, she looks like she's going to suck.
I thought she'd be okay, but I didn't expect her to be this good.
Yeah, she's really useful. So versatile.
Yeah, she's kind of like what you want Vixen to be almost. She kind of can do everything, but she does it extremely well, not just kind of nichey.
She is one character that would strongly benefit from extra HP from Rebirth. My Hippo, she kind of dies all the time. But
I think she's a worthy RB5 candidate. If
I think so. I don't know. It definitely RB3. I don't know about the 5, but that extra HP would work wonders for her.
Well, Bolsey has an RB2 one, and oh my gosh, that thing cost me a freaking nightmare in Siege. So
I bet.
Like, she hits like a freaking truck, and she's hard to kill, and yeah, it's nasty. So what, Kage, I'll let you start. What team comps do you like her on? What have you been running?
Literally every comp. So let's say I see like a MJ Wonder Girl comp. All I do is just slot Hal Jordan. You know, put the shields up, or no, not even the shields up. I'll put on like the strength up. So I'll get the meter. Hal purchases the Harley, and then Alan Scott runs in and kills, or Lex even runs in and kills Wonder Girl. You could do Lex and Hippo. I think Hippo is actually the best Lex partner now. Mary step aside, because everything Hippo does, she just makes Lex teams better. So
just what Lex needed, more great teammates.
I mean, when Artemis comes out, you know, she's gonna make Lex obnoxiously good too. So
yeah, Lex, Artemis, Hippo. I know you Doom. You've been running that a lot, and that is a very potent comp.
I don't know. It's any team. You can just think of any team. Hippo slide right in there. It doesn't really matter.
I've been running her on just my normal stun teams, and I've just replaced. I was using her before I got Cersei in the comp, and she works awesome because she works great with either Brainiac or Martian Manhunter lead. I give the intellect ups and the extra shield, and then people go to town, or if I need the meter, I put the meter up, or the call assist, and then with Hawkgirl, she goes crazy stunning. I mean, she works in really, there's no comp she doesn't work in. She's probably the most versatile toon in the game right now, in my opinion. Maybe I kind of was like, I don't know about S tier, but now you're just talking about her, and even I'm starting to think maybe she might make it into the club at the end of this month. Because she has a lot of versatility. Any particular comps you're running with her or loot?
Honestly, I've just been using her with the siege comps. I haven't really played other modes this month. I've just been playing a lot of Siege. And in Wraith, I've kind of been just running on auto. Like, she works good with Lex. So
I just realized I have almost 2,000 shards of her over L5.
nice. I think I'm about like 3,300, but I like her a lot. She does work great with Lex.
Yeah, I don't know if she'll ever make it into my rebirth pool, but she's worthy of it if you're looking for powerhouse.
I'm not sold on the S tier yet, but she's incredible.
Kage, she if you decide to go the RB5 route, will she make it into your in your stable of girls?
I guess that's to be seen, I've toyed with the idea, but I'm not entirely sure yet.
Any final thoughts, Doom, before we move on?
Oh, you already know I have final thoughts on
I
it.
know, that's what I was going to.
My guy, this lady's easy S tier. I don't even get why you guys are waiting. Listen, I crawled up from the slums of PvP, and you know what? It was easy. Like, I'm not talking like, oh man, I struggled sometimes with some teams. No, Lex, Hippo, DT, Artemis. Slap it in. I didn't even have to look at the screen. Like, people don't understand. There's some fool who was saying that Artemis might lack damage. If memory fails me on who it was specifically. But I can tell you right now, that lady doesn't lack diddly. She's so strong. And then also people don't realize, right? Intellect up boosts Lex's healing. If you go turn 1 Hippolyta intelligence up, that's 6 int up on everyone because of his passive, plus 10 meter up. And then any buff you do after that, everyone's on full health, basically guaranteed. It does so much for that passive healing. And then beyond that, that shield. Oh, dude, that shield. 30% shield. People don't realize how much that is when you're doing it every single turn.
She's great for Lantern teams for that reason.
Oh, yeah. Plus all that int up, all that special defense boost that you're getting. Dude, it's so obnoxious. My Artemis had, no joke, I think 27 int ups at one point. Dude, I slapped that axe so hard. It was crazy. But yeah, no, she goes into every single team. Like, your tier list says S tier is a versatile character and necessary for upper tier play. And that's literally the only 2 things you need to do to be S tier. This whole like, oh, well, she doesn't have a passive. Phooey, that's a stupid argument. Who cares about that? She doesn't need a passive. This lady is every character's best move, but better. You don't need a passive for that. And even if it's like, oh, well, her leader's kind of garbage. No, her leader's actually not bad. There's just better leaders out there. Like, if you guys don't put her in S tier, it's going to be Etrigan all over again. Except this time, it's instead of a character being garbage and you guys saying they're good, it's going to be a character being way too good and you guys not giving them the proper respect. It's Arcus. Remember when you guys had him as A tier for the first, 3
That
months?
was a sin against nature. I'm gonna admit that with great shame.
You should. I mean, you should be committing Sudoku right here in front of everyone. But it's okay. Sins can be forgiven, provided that you guys learned from them.
With that, I think we will end this meta report and move on to the next. Thanks for listening.
Hi, this is Kitty Little. Thank you for listening to this episode of WROL broadcast. If you like the show, please check out patreon.com/WROL broadcast and find out how to get cool perks. If Kage doesn't robust 5 Artemis, he isn't a real man. Yes, Ninja.